a little bit earlier today. I have lots of things to do. So I just wanted to put something out there as current energy, and I am using a different deck this time. This is, again, I don't use it very often at all, so it's a little bit new for me, but it's the Enchanted Love Tarot. Not specific to love. I am going to be reading this in more of a broad level, but from what I see here anyway, everything seems to be more along the lines of finances anyway. I wouldn't say that a lot of this is kind of moving in that other direction. So we'll probably be focusing more on that aspect. There might be some of the feelings that come into this for the moment. We'll just kind of go as we go. All right, so eights, of course, are all about kind of reevaluating things, and it seems to be in around the priorities and in around finances. So there's something here about kind of taking a look at that aspect. And because the clarifier, we'll get to that one here as well. But just initially, overall, again, this is just a general read. And I should mention again, you're not all making decisions on a Saturday. So they're all going to be at different areas of the timeline. But it certainly does speak to sort of what's going on currently. So Eight of Gems is basically Eight of Pentacles. So that is talking about mastering something. So it looks like you're mastering something around finances. There is something here that kind of speaks to focusing on that aspect as well, on your skills, on your career, on your talent, your hobby, your interests, whatever it is for you. It is more of a long-term sort of card, of course, because to master something, it means you have to be pretty hardworking, and you definitely have to take into account, that you're putting in a lot of practical effort and ideas, and you want to expand that knowledge. So it's all along that line of being pretty much absorbed in your work. This is a time where I feel like you kind of own your self-worth. You're feeling more confident because of this new knowledge or the things that you're applying yourself to. And there's certainly something here about a willingness to learn. And if there is an area that you do lack some experience in, you're willing to put in that effort. In terms of romance, it would be paying attention to some of the aspects around enhancing a relationship. So, what it is that you could do to add to it or benefit or deepen a bond, something like that. But it could also be overlapping, meaning your workload is also involving the love aspect or a partner or something in some aspect here. But as I said, most of the reads seem to be oriented around the area of grounded. So the things around financial aspects seem to be your focus here. And I feel like this is, even in terms of your health overall, I would say that you're trying to kind of bring things back into balance is really what that would be. So if there was any difficulties, it would be more along the lines of, finding natural remedies, maybe taking vitamins or doing something that helps benefit you in some way that is going to pay more attention to an aspect of your health. So again, this deck was this is by Amy Zerner and Monty Farber. But Eight of Gems is around the area of groundedness and doing practical measures to make sure that things kind of move in the direction that you're intending them to go. So Eight of Gems also, as you can see from the card here, indicates there's a level of perfectionism and certainly paying attention to, again, because this deck does orient around romance, I mean, you will read it both ways, but basically in terms of romance, it would be, things going in a favorable way and will have more of a successful, and because you're kind of mastering how to make a wise choice and again make those practical steps or move it toward the next deepening bond or something that will be a vision that brings you a deeper level of satisfaction. There is something here again about being very skilled in a particular way. So whether this is skilled in love, whether this is skilled in whatever your finances or aspect of career that you're trying to master, that is something here that does speak to kind of honing your craft. And it's very much speaking to balancing everything out. So current energy following that, again, is the Ten of Gems. This is an advancing card. So it's like there's a couple of steps missing here, which means you're very guarded, you're very protective over this aspect. So you're moving toward it, but it's not quite yet, but it is definitely a powerful yes. So in terms of a love relationship, it would, again, this is a general read for Libra, but it does definitely speak to for whoever this resonates for, something that is to be yours will happen sooner rather than later. So it does also indicate that there's kind of a grounded nature toward this connection. So it would be very, very monetary based or highlighted. But again, because that 8 of gems and the 10 of gems, it's definitely seeds have been planted for, later traditions and later protection. And there's a real perfectionistic quality trying to master something for sure. Oh, you're confused? Sorry, Marg host? And hello? Well, yeah, I just came on right now. So so that would be why. But I mean, as I go along, and it's a Wednesday. Usually I do these on the Sundays, but yeah, but anyway. But and then as the other part of it goes is when I do the live readings, generally what'll happen is because I don't really have a set, I'm very random that way. Then what I end up doing is the video goes up and then that's when people watch it following. But right now it's just where I'm at. So I actually do see 3 viewers on there, but I'm not sure. Ghost? Okay, anyway, so 10 of Gems, like I said, does speak to something that is, you're really interested in maintaining a secure connection here or secure family tradition or making sure that things are secure in that particular area of your life. Like I said, it does sort of feel like you're establishing your way towards some kind of family dynasty or towards something here that assures some kind of success. It's a very conservative cards, though, they're not cards of, gambling. It's basically making sure that every move you make is, well thought out and can kind of contributes to the whole. So the next part of it is here too. That combination does speak to like I said, very, very much focused on money aspects. But with the 8 and the 10, it is definitely growth and success in abundance in those areas, in the practical areas of your life. So you may be moving toward that. Hello, Leo. You may be moving toward that in terms of growth and dedication towards something, but it's all about, really securing the home front, really securing your finances, and, abundance and prosperity is really all I see kind of going on in these first couple of cards. And whatever that entails for you, there could be loved ones and everybody else that's involved in here, but definitely trying to speak to an outcome that has a lot of productive effort going into it. So I would say here that this is, almost it's almost taking pleasure in the way things are starting to build as well. So it's almost like you can see these aspects starting to, because of the focus and the intention, it's like you can start to see the focus of all of that start to broaden. So again, that was perfectionism and protection. Now, the cards that seem to be where but you're still concerned, because the Seven of Shells is, of course, that card of worry and illusion, as it does depict there. And but as you know, on the upside, the sevens are all about things falling into order, having a lot of options. So I believe things will start to open up to you, over time here, because the Seven of Cups, like I said, which is again the Seven of Illusions, it does speak to, in this particular instance, it is more of a little bit of a negative, but it's really more about, you trying to make decisions, but what you're trying to overcome is your difficulty. So you have confusion, thinking the worst, when in actual fact, the worst really hasn't come to pass. This is about, and it seems to be around family members because we have family matters because we have the 10 and the 10. That's 2 10s out here. It does seem to be around, great concern that something is. Did stop for a minute. My phone rang through and it does interrupt. So what I do see here is you could also be overwhelmed by the choices that you have to make and you feel like you can't move forward. So, of course, the advice to that would be to simplify things, focus on the major priorities, and then the rest will have to kind of, work your way through them. But there is some kind of decision, that will be made here because a lot of this worry and this confusion is really just, it's a lot of anxiety that is, overthinking something basically, because there's a lot of energy that's going out, which is disrupting some of the power or the effort that you are able to, you know, manifest. So in other words, if you're, it's good to think critically and trust your instincts along that path. But if you've got too much of your time and attention in the worry mode and not really seeing the choices, that follow, it's hard to really make any kind of significant choice because, like I said, the 10 of wings is there's a lot of worry here around that is, around a family matter or emotional satisfaction, something that you are hoping that, you're worrying about pleasure or like something that would give you pleasure or fulfillment, or in around a family dynamic or around something that you consider to be family. You're worrying about this, or you're worrying about it manifesting. You're worrying about it coming true. But again, it's your confusion. It's just you with worry. I don't see any real direct obstacle here. The High Priestess, of course, is following your intuition, which that is what the card indicates here too. One sec here. But, as I said, and the Seven of Shells, once you can sort of unblock yourself in that way, I think things will kind of move along a little bit faster for sure, because you are not confusing or watering down the area of, that you're worried about here. Because again, sorry guys, the seven is still putting things into order, and that is how it will resolve itself. So we move on to the High Priestess after coming out of this, this space of illusion or confusion. And again, just to kind of reiterate, this is also a space of, when you see this many, hi LP, maybe I read wrong, but notice Libra and it caught my attention. Okay, great. Thank you on cards. Yeah, I really like these two. I don't know why I haven't used them more often. That's probably why they're still in good shape. Anyway, so again, Seven of Shells is, just because we're kind of moving out of that energy here, it's like you can go with a lot of different things, go with a lot of different people, but ultimately you have to sort of separate yourself and realize what the one thing is that seems to be coming up here that's unrealistic. So again, you against any of that unclear, wishful thinking, overly emotional roller coaster, mood swings, all of that. Because too much of a vivid imagination can be beneficial in one aspect, but to the extreme, Ten of Wings is, it's causing you some difficulty. It's starting to hold back the picture of what you want. So again, I don't see any big obstacles in the way here. It's really you just standing in your own way. Now, the High Priestess, as I mentioned before, the High Priestess is still that card of coming through, with, she's all of the queens wound into one. So so because of that, you can trust your instinct, you can track your maneuvers, and appreciate those the things that are coming in, have that wisdom, have that power. You're not taking these miracles for granted. You're appreciating the day to day. It's also about being in that space where you feel aligned intuitively to something that is going to pull you toward a particular outcome. So the best way to improve that situation is really to follow that inspiration, follow the knowledge of where it is that you're being led, and just to kind of relax into it and let it come to you. You're focusing on the right things. You're focusing on things that inspire you here, things that are very practical to you, and definitely grounding yourself in some of this energy here. But again, there's an aspect of I'm almost done. I only pulled a few cards, so probably in the next 5 minutes. But if you put your question up there, LP, I will answer that. But anyway, overall, it does sort of speak to feeling like there are some things that are just beyond words that you have to pick up, some things that are beyond your personal reality, that are more so in the universe, that you're going to have to attract to you versus effort to apply. So some things here in this immediate period, our wings are coming. And again, when we get to the Six of Gems, there's a certain level of generosity, of course, with that card. So that does speak to, there being some kind of a give and take in a situation that will advance things. So, I mean, whether you see it or you don't see this, the fact is generosity does indicate that there is some kind of kindness that is going to come back to you because of the good that you have basically been doing or putting out there. Again, this could be a connection or something here that isn't around practical financial matters. It's a mutual sharing, it's a mutual goal, or something here that's being met. So there's something here to be thankful for, and it's not your blessings card. But yeah, I'll put your question up there, and then I can address it. The last two cards out are the Fool. So the energy that you're in right now, and again, the one that is the major arcana is the Fool. So that is trust. That seems to be where there is the strongest area of this reading that seems to be where you have some difficulty. So the current energy is that you're just not feeling like you can trust the process. But this is a card of also being blessed, as with the Six of Gems and all of these other grounded cards. So it really is telling you that all things are possible right now. You know, this is a time for your intuition is being followed, and not to the Fool, you know, represents that absence of fear, because it's a space where you can actually feel like there is a renewal in some way. So this is again a certain sense of personal freedom, just to be yourself, be different, have faith, you know, trust the process, and enjoy that whatever it is that's coming through. There is something here that's more fun, or to make more time to be more fun, or to have more fun, you know, because there's something here that allows you to, is giving you a sense that there is something better, even though you're still, you know, focused on so much of the worry. Okay, I see your question there, LP. Yeah, I will answer that here just after. I've only got 2 more cards to go here. And we're already on the 1. So, and this is appreciating everyone and everything for the miracles that are coming in here, because it's an optimistic card. And again, with that 6 of Gems, appreciate those moments. So, and those people and those things in your life that are available to you right now as resources. But again, it's also take a chance and have fun. Now, the Queen of Gems, I suspect, is you here. And it definitely is. Queens are more about not overt and, you know, notice me, notice me. Queens are really more along the lines of, you know, taking things in, being more kind-hearted, or doing things from a place of nurturing. This is a card of, you know, somebody who could be also very sensual if we're talking about love life, but it's also that in around that aspect of feeling support, giving more support, you know, a good functioning family, that kind of thing. Something is starting to turn around here. And it definitely speaks to someone who takes on greater responsibility, but is also charitable at the same time. So really knows the things of value. Certainly does speak to a lot of, oh, thanks, Alfie. Appreciate that. But it definitely speaks to, yeah, it definitely speaks to, you know, things where you're trying to protect the things that are important to you. So feelings, fortune, you know, taking more of a, that quality around your connections as, you know, trying to benefit the needs. That's what it feels like just in this immediate energy. It could be that I don't know that I really see anything that relates around socializing or anything like that necessarily, but it definitely is sort of that preparing for that experience of, you know, things kind of moving in the right direction is what I would still say there. And again, just to kind of reiterate just on a few different points there, like I said, I mean, the queens, I definitely feel like this is representing you, and it feels like they're in the, you could be even taking more time, really, for putting more time and energy into you on this basis, because the Fool energy means it's really right. That is the clarifier to the Fool. So that really does speak as though, you know, a goal is being achieved, or at least it's being toward. And again, it would be the Queen of Pentacles. So Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo energy here, but you're coming up with practical, tangible solutions. You're creating a strategy. You're creating a plan. The things that you might be getting flashes of inspiration with that Hierophant or High Priestess card. But I still feel like, you know, you're in that space of slowing it down, really taking a look at things is what you're doing. You're not pushing too hard. You're really just trying to get things on a better front in terms of money and everything else sort of falling into place in that same flow. So I don't feel like you're in any challenging position other than you stepping into your own way periodically, but I feel like any little thing that you do will help to relieve tension or anxiousness at this time. So any little step forward in something, you know, whether it's nature, whatever it is that takes you out of that space, balance it out, I feel is what will help you to problem solve. And you're certainly self-reliant here. And I definitely feel like this is that energy of still benefiting yourself, though, through a lot of your intuition. And okay, questions. Okay, so LP, what is your question? Sorry, that was general reading. Okay, I can do a short one. I actually have some places I'm going today, but I will definitely do a short one. Okay, so you want to know what's happening. Is there anything that's going to be happening? What's the most immediate energy that's coming in for LP? What is the most immediate energy that's coming for LP? What is the most immediate energy coming in for LP? Change, independence, joy. Okay, well, those all look pretty amazing. I'm just going to do one other deck here with that one. What is the change that's coming in? What is the change that's coming in? What is the change that's coming in for LP? Around your happiness, what is the Nine of Gems? What is the unknown with the High Priestess? What is the joy? What is the transition? Okay, well, I'm just going to add one more thing on the Six of Shells. What is the Six of Shells? Okay, well, there's something here of support that's coming through amid some kind of change that you're going to be going through. So, I mean, it doesn't specifically indicate that there's anything around a relationship of any sort. But what I'm going to start with is, maybe I'll just pull it over this way. Okay, so what we're starting with is, again, there's initially some kind of a change that I would say, okay, well, that could be part of it, but there is a support, and it's something that you definitely want with that Nine of Cups. But the Two of Gems does indicate that it is going to be a successful thing that you're trying to do. So I would definitely say that whatever it is that you're doing is going to be working, like I said, in a collaborative way. You are upscaling it. It doesn't feel like it's something you're just beginning. It actually feels like this is something that's been going on for a little bit of time, but it's almost like you're taking it to the next level. That Two of Gems energy, like I said, does speak to constant change of some sort of busyness, but it's also about, knowing when to sort of stay centered and be flexible. So knowing when to allow yourself to do what you need to do, but also, being able to just focus on the one thing at a time. So it's almost like be open, but yet at the same time, focus on what it is that's best in whatever aspect that you're trying to focus on. So in this case, I guess for yourself, if you're trying to lose weight, it feels like you just need to focus on it and then allow yourself a little bit of leeway. So it's trying to find the balance between that change. It's again, when we get that Nine of Cups there, I mean, that's a really strong card of independence, as I said there, with, as it indicates, but it's also a very dramatic improvement is what it does indicate. So I feel like this next little bit here, this is a card of self-reliance. So it does indicate there's going to be some kind of a dramatic improvement here as far as your health. It's your greatest wealth. So, along that same line, what you're doing for yourself in the area is going to help you to develop a strong sense of yourself. And I feel that you will be extremely successful, if you stick to your plan. So I feel like you've already accomplished a lot. And this is just, kind of reiterating that you're on the right track. The fact is, like I said, the nines are also about something coming close to a conclusion, meaning you're almost to like a marker of change. Oh, and not letting yourself get carried away. Okay, with hopeless romance like I had that just caused heartbreak. Yeah, I would say that's right now, that's what I'm seeing there, is that there is more of a, it's not even just that, like the Nine of Cups, but you also have other cards here that kind of, like I said, Nine of Pentacles is over here too. So I do feel like you do have a lot of cooperation in whatever it is here, but you're acting on a very independent. So again, that does make sense to me that you're focusing on yourself quite a bit here because of the nines, but you're almost too, and again, it's all practical things. It's not, I don't really see much in terms of the love aspect of things right now. So, I mean, I would still say, the Nine of Pentacles, is still, I mean, in terms of, kind of beautifying yourself or however, it's making your own way and developing some kind of skill set there. So, I mean, the fact that you're actually able to focus and concentrate on yourself is going to allow you some comforts later. So, I feel like, when you have an interest in yourself, other people take an interest in you as well. If you don't see your own value, other people don't see your own value. That kind of thing also comes out. So, but I mean, it's, in terms of, even finance, the things that you do are going to increase. In terms of your health, there's going to be vast improvement. And I definitely feel like, you need that time alone. You need to be surrounded by the things that allow you to feel there's some wonder in the world again. But you are undergoing some kind of a change, as I said, for sure right now, and it does require more of a solitary, isolated sort of element to sort of be your own best friend. But the other part of it, like I said, that you are still upscaling it by doing that. You're actually bringing yourself into a new space. So whether you see it or not, it is going to be increasing. Your efforts are going to be increasing and moving to the next level soon. So again, with the Nine of Gems, again, very practical maneuvers. It is the card of independence. Like I said, it definitely speaks to a lot of self-sufficiency here, and a lot of you just loving you for the moment. And there's nothing wrong with that, because I mean, as I said, you have to love yourself first before other people see your value. But it's also learning about your body, and it's also learning about the things that you need and what's important to you, how to provide that for yourself. I feel like you're in that space of becoming, more free, more self reliant. So I feel like there might have been a little bit of something there that wasn't quite in that space, but it definitely is learning about your flow, your body, your natural elements, like the things that make you tick, the things that you need in your life to develop a strong wonder or sense of yourself again. But it is, again, success. If you just continue to stick to the plan, then you will accomplish a lot here. That's what that card's all about. The other one is, and I don't know if this is you or someone else, but the Queen of Wands does indicate that there is someone here that's coming off as quite, somebody. This is somebody who likes to get a lot of attention, very, usually very big in the world or very gregarious. Like there's somebody who is, could be entrepreneurial for some, but again, it's an energy of a lot of attention sort of drawn to this person. You know what I mean? That kind of Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, but a business type, or somebody who definitely feels like, they focus on what they want and they get moving ahead with it. It is that energy of approaching something. Could be a mature person here as well. But it definitely speaks to, having a little bit of a nervous energy as well around you. But again, it's having a real flair. So this is you or someone else. There's a real flair, kind of a temperamental sort of behavior. Water sign is also coming through with this. I don't know why, but also, this is really about your life now focused on new ideas and the things that are important to you spiritually or otherwise. But again, there's some unknown element here. And no, I don't know that I see that as a male energy necessarily, but it could be. But it's, because really the cards are more of a neutral, but it is definitely very flamboyant. So I don't know this, but there's some unknown element here, and it's not revealed yet. That means usually that there's something that's not lined up enough to be able to move it into the realm of tangibility, for me anyway. I feel like there could be something here that could be a sudden emotion um, around something, because the High Priestess, it's almost like you might be staying in this place for long. I'm not sure why, But that high priestess, like I said, is that energy of kind of the unknown. So there's something that's still yet to be revealed, still a little murky, still, something that could be um, fleshed out. Sure, it's all about following your intuition, that kind of thing. But I would say there's something here, possibly about another person that could be coming in. Um, but like I said, the high priestess with that is usually feeling disconnected from something as well. So if you were in a relationship with somebody there, it feels like you're a little bit disconnected from that person, um, emotionally detached, because this is, maybe trusting someone that you shouldn't have. I'm not sure yet, but I just know that that energy is one of disconnected, feeling detached, um, but things still moving forward. So I'm going to say that that is still a positive. Whatever that Hierophant or sorry, High Priestess energy is, still a positive. It's just that there's an element that is yet to be revealed. You're not in that space yet for you to identify what that is. So I can't really tell you what that is. There's something here that's being hidden from you. And it's maybe because you have to work on yourself first before something opens up. But definitely there's an element that's not to be revealed yet. So the other part of it is here is, and again, they seem like they're very positive cards because for you, LP, this is Six of Shells is a card of, again, reciprocity. There's some kind of give and take in a situation, even though there's an element that's still not quite visible. But I definitely like Six of Shells is, it's a card of optimism. It could also indicate that there are children around or something about a child or a younger person, but it's definitely about lightening up and it's freeing the mind, being more optimistic. And it definitely still speaks to that you could still find love. It's just because there's a certain sense of innocence or something that comes through with that card. And especially when it's followed by all these other cards with the sun, all of these indicate that there's something here that you're transitioning through that is going to make the difference. Because, like I said, that high priestess is still giving me that sense that, the best way to improve the situation is to, follow your inspiration, follow the knowledge, do what's right for you, and then all of a sudden, someone will appear here. But it's like let love come to you. Don't chase it. It's focusing on the things that are all about you, not the usual mundane things. It's really about kind of finding your personal reality, like I said. But there's something here about you attracting something to you. So I don't know what that is yet, but there is the element of the sun does indicate that it's something you can be very positive and optimistic about. That definitely is a card of tremendous hope, and it definitely speaks to light at the end of the end of the tunnel, enjoying yourself, all of that. So I feel like you have support here that will be coming through, maybe from an unexpected source. Maybe that's why that High Priestess is here. But I feel like there's going to be a lot more. Yeah, there's just going to be a lighter attitude. You will have more fun. And this could be more fun with family, friends, or again, some kind of relationship. Or maybe this Queen of Wands is a friend that is coming through. But either way, I feel like you are going to feel a lot more support from those around you. You're going to be upscaling yourself in some way. And I feel like it's going to be a real comfortable kind of friendship or connection. Somebody who's very, very valuable to you that might be coming through. Again, that's not the predominant energy. It's still further out. Your main energy is you finding you and you getting comfortable with you, but that is what's hidden, is in around this other person or this other element. You are going through a period of transition, and that is what the Seven of Swords is. So the Seven of Swords is all about, moving from one stage to another. Doesn't necessarily mean cutting all ties and all of that. Sevens, again, as I said, is where you have things, you're moving past something that was troublesome or difficult. So again, there's something here that kind of speaks to no big tower is looking very positive, very hopeful. And like I said, this could be Aquarius. This is still, or sorry, Six of Swords. Did I say seven? Six of Swords. But it's still journeying away from any difficulties. So the situation, you're at a turning point right now. The situation for your life right now is going to be pushed into a new direction. They're going to improve overall, and just be prepared to kind of transition away from the past for the moment. And again, you have the help of others, because the Three of Pentacles, again, is upscaling you in some way. You are about to move it in and expand it to a level of more connection with people, more connection to yourself. I mean, the Three of Pentacles is kind of that co-creating with the universe. It's also that energy of establishing a stronger routine. It definitely is focusing on, you know, anything that's going to help you to take mastery over a skill or something. So I feel like you're transitioning into this next phase, which is going to be a higher level of establishing yourself in whatever it is that you wanted there. So again, in terms of, you know, physicality, I would say you're stepping it up, you know. So this is, you're moving it, you're taking it to the next level. Hope that helped. Anyway, that's what I see there. But definitely in the right direction. Okay, and oh, thank you, LP. That's great. And Chandini? Sorry if I mispronounce. I'm horrible again with the names. I just... Anyway, okay. Let me just see what we've got here. Okay, I'll maybe use that deck again here. Okay, is SS feeling genuine? And will we be together? Okay. What are SS's feelings for Chandini? And will they end up together? What are SS feelings for Chandini? And will they end up together? Okay, well, I mean, there's hope, but I would say there's some things here to be worked through for sure. I don't know what the obstacles are here, but it definitely looks like there is some. Sorry, I'm just looking for my other deck here. Okay, to clarify. Okay, so what is, we'll start with the first one. What is the sacrifice? So that would be our big card out here. What is the sacrifice that needs to be done for Chandini? What is the sacrifice for Chandini? What is the sacrifice with Chandini? Okay, Queen of Wands, need more clarification. Why the give and take? I don't know, I'm seeing kind of lies or some kind of mistruth. Something about the giving aspect seems like it's off somehow. Maybe it's not mutually giving, one person giving more than the other. Okay, let's just see. What is the introspection? What is the introspection with the Hermit? Sorry, I'm doing the clarifiers for the next ones here. What is the Hermit introspection? What is the Hermit introspection? Okay, and Temperance. I don't know if there's a third party here. What is the strength and the understanding? Something about family. Ooh. Okay, let's do one more on what is the obstacle. What is the obstacle? What is the obstacle for Shandy and SS? What is the obstacle? There's not a lot of balance in this connection. What is out of balance? Again, the same thing. Generosity. Somebody is not really giving enough to this, contributing to this situation. And I will say, I mean, I did get the Devil card out here. It's all about like somebody's holding back. It's not really indicating that things are in a balanced way and able for this connection to kind of feel, I don't know, maybe so that you're not really going to get out of it what I think you're hoping for, at least at this time. It's not to say energy is always fluid. It can definitely change. It's just in the immediate right now, it's just not moving ahead right now. What I would say is, right now, I would say it's a kind of a no. I don't feel like this person gives enough to you, or you don't, somehow somebody's holding back. There's something about an emotional sacrifice or a physical sacrifice or a mental sacrifice, something here that is out of balance here. You know, maybe somebody's really shy, maybe somebody's really withdrawn, or just not taking things seriously. But there's something here about something about the emotions, or something's out of whack. I don't know, but there's definitely something that's out of whack here. The other part of things, like I said, that's, you know, the follow-up card is the Queen of Wands. So again, this could be somebody who is, we'll sort of feel it out, but there's something, some kind of an imbalance. The Queen of Wands, as I said, I mean, that's somebody who's got a lot more attention sort of drawn to them. Maybe they're really gregarious, they're really outgoing. But definitely something here that kind of speaks to, you know, just something that's not quite aligned properly. I don't know if the time is off or what here, but we'll kind of go through and get a better sense of it. But right now what I'm seeing is, you know, somebody's got a lot of either anger or temperament. There, I mean, I'm not saying that there's no give and take. There is some give and take here, but it's like somebody's holding something back because it's right there with the Seven of Swords. So it's like something maybe hidden, or that there's lies being told, or there's something here about emotions. I don't know that it's that so much. It just feels like there's a sacrifice that's going to have to be made. There's something that's not quite right here. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. But again, that Queen of Wands is still the energy of, you know, somebody who very passionate about things, they're very passionate about something. But again, there's a restriction around the give and take area, and it's coming through on more than one card here, because the Six of Pentacles is a good card, you know, on the average, where somebody is, you know, reaching out to the other person. There's, you know, some kind of harmony, maybe giving or exchanges or whatever. But it's something about, they might feel a certain level of comfort around you, I would say, you know, and there's tokens of affection, there's support. They feel like there's support of some sort. That's what I would say their feelings are for you. The fact that it's followed by the Seven of Swords, to me, is not, there's something not being fully upfront. And I think that has something to do about mistruths or some kind of dishonesty, or somebody is, you know, kind of quietly not really, they're keeping secrets. I don't know what that is. It's like there's secrets being kept here in some way. They're not the major arcana. Like, it might be just small things. The major arcana is really that you have to persevere, and there is something that's, and the major arcana for sure is there's a big sacrifice. So like I said, I mean, the fact that I see the Hermit here is also that energy of pulling back. You know, maybe one person is quite shy, but I definitely feel like there's something that's coming through around, somebody's very reclusive. Like I said, somebody's trying to find balance. Somebody's pulling away to sort of figure something out. I would say that maybe there have been some mistruths or some lies or something like that, but it still feels like this person has a lot of inner work that they're kind of doing. There's something here needing to understand something that's not available yet. This person could be a loner, whether this is you or somebody else. There's somebody here that's a loner. Very quiet, introverted sort of quality that's coming out here. So again, that's taking the time to be introspective. I will say that it's not saying this person is completely out of touch exactly, but it's almost like if there's something big that's going to happen here, it just feels like the main energy out, like I said, is that you're going to have to kind of wait until something is worked through, because the Strength card that follows here, those two are the major arcana, and it goes from 8 to 9. And there's something here about family, or considering these people as family, or maybe families involved or something like that. But there is a wrench in all of this. So I would say that in terms of romance, there is a feeling that there could be some kind of a compromise here, but it's almost like something needs to, you need to keep the distance from one another to sort of figure it out. I don't know why that distance is here, but it needs to be here. And it's almost like it's not a priority or something right now. There's a sense of detachment. So again, I feel like with that card, you know, things will open up here, but and balance themselves out. But right now, I feel like this person feels that you're a good support for them. You know, this is somebody, I feel like somebody feels silenced in some way. But again, something, the energy is a little bit imbalanced. There's not a lot of give and take in this situation. There's not enough compromise. There's not enough tolerance for something. And I don't know if this person is the one, because I remember seeing the devil card out here. I thought it was the devil. Yeah. So there's something here that's a little bit toxic, and I don't know what that is, but there's definitely something here that is a little bit toxic. And again, there's a level of imbalance. There's a sense of healing. Somebody has to heal from something first. When we get to the card of the strength, like I said, that's still around, you know, there's some kind of connection here that does feel like it could be very physical. They see you as a support. There is a physicality of some sort, like an attraction, but there's something here that is not balanced. Like I said, there's something here that's just off. I don't know if this person is, it's in around the toxicity or the thing that is binding things up. It's like a lack of understanding, maybe around family. But something isn't quite supported here exactly, because there's too many cards of draw, too many cards of something being in the way. The Two of Wings, again, that's still that energy of trying to balance things out, like the Temperance. So, like I said, a huge amount of cards here that something can't go forward. And I don't know if it's related around a family obstacle or something toxic, but there's something here that is imbalanced. I don't know what this is, but there's definitely something holding this back. So until that clears, I don't think this is going to go forward. There's something of a sacrifice that needs to be made, unable for this to go forward. And again, even with the Two of Wings, that's still part of, you know, something might happen, but somebody's taking a break, or you need a break, or there's something here about, you know, they don't balance something out very well with their relationships or whatever. But it seems to be that the balance is in around, there's not enough give and take. That's what I would say. There's just not enough give and take in this situation. Something has to be sacrificed. Somebody's holding back deliberately. Okay, hopefully it gave you a little bit of insight. Although I'm going to go here soon, guys. I have a thing I have to get to. So anyway, yeah, you're welcome, Shandy. And I don't know if that was much help, but like I said, there is definitely a block there. I don't see that moving forward just yet. I don't know what the imbalance is and if that person does give and take enough, but there's definitely something that feels off with that. And secrets. So what else? I was just going to just check one last thing. So yeah, so anyway, I will see you guys in the next read, and moving forward, never give up. And that's just tap in for today. And maybe I might do another one later, but for the moment, that has to hold.